and thank you for clicking into this video. I'm Ceryn. Today's video is all about how to make your beauty routine more sustainable. Now, I am by no means the queen of sustainability. I am just someone that wants to try harder, and I would say that I've got quite an extensive beauty collection, I've got quite an extensive beauty routine, so I think it's somewhere in my life that I could probably do better. So I've done quite a bit of research into what I could change, so I thought it might be useful to share some of them with you if you are interested in doing that too. So I won't babble on, we will move straight to tip number one. So tip number one is, drum roll please, ditch cotton pads and makeup wipes. So even though cotton pads, obviously cotton grows on trees, they're really not eco-friendly. It takes so much water, pesticides, fertilizer to make them, and of course they're single use. And if you're just using these to take off your makeup, you're probably going through, depending on how much makeup you're wearing, a lot. Makeup wipes are really similar, it's just single use when you could be using something time and time again, and of course they're not very good for your skin, but that aside, they're just not very good for the environment. I'll hold my hands up though and say I've definitely used both of these. Makeup wipes I used to use all the time when I was a teen. I don't use them anymore because I just don't think they're very good for your skin. And cotton pads, I'll be honest, I am still using now because I've got some to use up and I don't want to throw them away because that's really wasteful. But after I use up what I've got, I'm definitely not going to be buying any more because I really don't need to. There's really good alternatives, which I will share with you now. So if you love using cotton pads but you just want to be more sustainable, then what I would recommend is switching to ones that are reusable. You can buy them from loads of different places, so I will link some down below for you. And the only difference is you just keep using them and put them in the washing machine. I think you buy a little bag to put them in just to keep them safe as well. There's also brands that you can buy that offer reusable cotton pads. A brand that I've used in the past is Face Halo, and I think that's by a YouTuber, Chloe, I can't remember her second name, but I will link that down below because that is amazing. You don't think it will take off your makeup because it says you don't actually have to use product with it, but of course you can. And that's the same kind of thing. You use that every single day in place of cotton pads and you just wash it, and I think they recommend you change it every once in a while. My alternative, however, is something that I do every single day, and that is use a flannel. And they are so cheap and cheerful, and you don't have to keep buying cotton pads, which is so much easier, so much better for the environment, and you don't have to change any of the products that you're already using. If you're using a micellar water, you could put that on a flannel and use it. Cream cleansers, anything goes, to be honest. I have bought, how many did I buy? I think I bought 8 after reading Caroline Hirons' book. I'll leave a link to that as well so you can watch the video if you want. Just so you've got one on wash day. And yeah, just use that morning and night to take off your makeup and you can ditch the cotton pads then. So tip number 2 is a really simple one, but one that I see all of the time, and I don't think people even realise they're doing it, and that is don't waste product, or I should say, don't use too much product. I see it all the time where people take like 5 pumps of their serum and slather it all over their face, or 5 pumps of eye cream per eye, and literally you can just see it kind of sitting on top of their skin. And what people don't realize is you're not going to get more of the ingredients by putting more on your face, and you're just wasting it. You're going to have to buy it sooner, which it really isn't good for the environment. And it's not very good for your bank balance either. So take eye cream, because I've actually got one on my desk here. You literally need, I would say, like a pea-sized amount and a little bit more. Like I would use that amount, and that's for both of my eyes as well. And I pop them both together like this and pop them underneath. Any more than that, and you're wasting the product, you're going to have to buy it sooner. And as well, you're probably overloading the area and your skin, and you're going to come out with more problems than you probably started with. So tip number 3 is quite similar to number 1 in the sense that is avoid single-use items if you can. So as an example, that would be a sheet mask. I have got a love-hate relationship with sheet masks. I don't think they're very practical, they're quite expensive, but the skincare lover inside me just loves wearing them and loves putting them on, even though I look absolutely nuts when I do. However, because they're single use, they're really not good for the environment. That being said, there are some brands that have made biodegradable ones, so if you really love sheet masks, I would opt for one of those. However, there's absolutely loads that aren't and are just really, really wasteful. So I would suggest just going for a tube face mask instead. Not only are they better for the environment, but they're also better value for money as well, because you're getting more use out of the product. So yeah, I am a bit sad about this one. However, I think it's better for the environment and better for our bank balance is if we avoid sheet masks. Other things are kind of, something I've actually recently changed are razors. So single use, even though you don't use them once, you use them a couple of times, but throw away razors. We can opt for stainless steel razors. And I think as women, not many people do invest in razors. Usually it's a men's kind of purchase. However, it's definitely something that I'm investing in now because there's just no need in buying so many throwaway razors. And they're really rubbish. Or am I alone and is everyone else using a stainless steel razor and I haven't been? Let me know in the comments. So next up is just in general, be mindful about packaging. So one thing I'm really trying to force myself to do is ask myself a lot more questions when I'm buying beauty products. One of them is, could I buy this product from somewhere else with less packaging or better packaging for the environment? So a great example of this is Lush. They do shampoo bars, shower bars, soaps, and in naked form they call them, so with zero packaging. So when I'm going to buy something, I'm asking myself that question, like, could I get it from somewhere else without the packaging? Or next up is this packaging better for the environment? And could I buy it from somewhere else that is? So these are all things that I'm constantly thinking about. And then the next thing is it recyclable is something really, really to consider, which leads me on to the next one, and it is recycling. I think so many people finish their serum and throw it in the bin, whereas a lot of them, you know, might be made of glass, which is recyclable. So just looking at your products and don't throw it in the bin. Like, if you can actually recycle it yourself, do that. I know where I live, I can recycle things, so try to be mindful of that and don't just throw it in the bin. Also, you might be able to recycle it to yourself. So if you've got a little tub that you could wash out, and then when you travel, you could use that to take away creams. I know that's something that I definitely do. So just think, can I recycle this myself? Can I use this for something else? And as well, look into whether you can recycle your products back to the brand. You actually might be able to get some money off or free samples if you do that. So I know MAC has done something in the past with their lipsticks, like if you take them back empty, you can get like money off or a free mini. Lush does it, Kiehl's, there's so many brands, so it's worth looking into because it might as well save you a little bit of money or get you a little freebie. Another one that's really simple but also really easy to do is just look into the brands that you always buy and see if they're doing anything to be more sustainable or be more eco-friendly. It might give you a little bit more, what's the word, like comfort in purchasing from them if you know that they're actually trying to do more for the environment and that, you know, the money you put into their brand, they are actually doing good with it as well. You can pop onto their websites, and I know there's loads of brands out there that are doing a lot. Of course, there's loads of brands that aren't and loads of brands that could be doing more. And if you can't find anything from the brands that you love and you buy, just ask them the question. I think you as the consumer are allowed to ask those questions. So pop them a tweet and just say, look, like, what are you doing to be more sustainable? I love your brand. And I'm sure someone will get back to you and kind of feed back what they're doing. And you can have a little bit more reassurance that you're buying and spending your money with the right brands. And last but not least is the biggie, the no buy rule. So what this means is don't buy something until you use something up. Really simple. However, I can put my hands up and say I've done it before, buying an eye cream when I've got about 3 eye creams, but no more. Because of my job, I have a lot of skincare, I have a lot of makeup, a lot of fragrance. So I've said to myself, do not, Ceryn, buy a product if you've already got something in that category. That's how I've done it for myself. You can do it as big or as small as you want. Like, you could literally be like, no makeup until I've used all of my makeup. But for me, it makes more sense to be category because I don't want any of my areas of, like, my skincare routine, for example, to be lacking. So I will not be buying anything until I've used it up and I've got nothing in that category left. It's going to save me a lot of money, I'm going to be honest, because I literally spend so much money. The biggest and hardest one for me, I think, is going to be makeup, because I do kind of get pulled in by the trends. But I'm going to do my best, and hopefully we can make a little community here that can help each other and Do you know what? A good thing as well is it helps you to rediscover products in your routine that you haven't used for years. So I've been doing that with makeup, and I found so many eyeshadow palettes that I forgot that I had, that I really loved, lipstick colours that I haven't worn but really I do like. So it's a really good way to rediscover what you used to love. So that's it, those are all of my tips. I am just at the start of my journey of trying to be more sustainable, so please don't think I am preaching or telling you to do all of these things. These are just the things that I am doing that you might want to try if you want to be more sustainable too. As well, I'm so open to hearing more ways that I can be more sustainable. So if you've got any tips or anything that you're doing that you think I could do, please pop them in the comments because I would absolutely love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching this video as well. If you did like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload a new video, always beauty related, on a Thursday. So hopefully I will see some of you next week. Bye!